Hello everyone. Today I'm here to share my December plan with me, which just sounds crazy as I say that out loud. I do want to just put a little side note here that I am still recovering from a sickness that possessed my body, as you guys saw last week in my Week in My Life video, the latest video that went up on the channel. So I apologize if I sound just a little stuffy, but we just gotta proceed forward and get this plan with me out there. I wanted to get this out a little bit earlier just so that you guys could get inspired by some of the very holiday specific spreads that I created in this month's plan with me. For this month's month at a glance, I kept it traditional with the 2-page calendar spread. I have a lot of holiday, parties and get-togethers with family and friends this month. It's always my favorite time of the year, this month, December. There's just so much exciting things to look forward to. I get to spend a lot of time with people that I care about, and you're getting ready for a new year, which this year is 2020, a new decade, which is very exciting. And for those of you wondering, I will be doing like a 2020 setup, a bullet journal video, so that will be coming at some point at the end of December. I love how this partial wreath at the top left of the page turned out. I feel like it just gives the spread that little bit of tasteful holiday ooh la la. And one color that I really played with a lot in this month's spreads is green. I know obviously like red and green is not the most revolutionary holiday colors. I feel like Miranda Priestley, red, green for the holidays, groundbreaking. But I just loved the look of green, and I used it more than red. I feel like in the past I've done a lot more red stuff, so this was fun. I used my Tombow dual brush pen to add some trees too, which I only used the Tombow dual brush pens. At first I used the fine lining point, and then I used the brush point to add some broader strokes. They're so easy to do, so if you want like an easy doodle to add to your December spreads, trees are the way to go. And as always, I will have all of the products linked and the specific colors I use down in the description box below to make everything super easy if you're wanting to get some of the same products I'm using. Because it's the holidays, I definitely wanted to challenge myself to be a little creative with this month's spreads. So I decided to use some dry erase tape, which is not something I often use, but I really loved how I was able to work it into this month at a glance, because I cut out a little box, put a little outline of a black mild liner around it and a bow to look like a gift. And this is going to be where I can keep track of how many days there are till Christmas. I think this is a lot of fun and just something special to add to a pretty traditional spread. On Instagram, when I asked what kind of spreads you guys wanted to see in this plan with me, I got a lot of requests for some sort of holiday gift buying tracker, and this is my take on it. So at the top I played around with a cute little heading where I can write gifts to buy, and there's some gifts, so this is very clearly on theme of being a holiday gift tracker. And this is a spot to write down all of the gifts that you have to buy. So who are you buying for, what gift you bought them, did you wrap that gift, and then also keeping track of how much you spent. Now, what took the spread to a new level was I added a Dutch door, and I bordered it with this beautiful gold washi tape, which I still love my black washi tape, don't get me wrong, and you will see me use black washi tape in this video. But that being said, I feel like this was the most appropriate time to bring in some gold sparkle, But this Dutch door is going to be the place where you can write down ideas for that gift that you're going to purchase. I feel like a big time-saving tip if you're going to the mall or going to a store to buy gifts is to have an idea of what you're going to get someone first, because then you won't waste time just looking around and risk buying yourself more gifts than actually buying gifts for the people on your list, which I'm definitely not guilty of. I also have a horrible memory, so a spread like this is great because then in 2020, when the holidays come around and I'm buying for a lot of the same people, I know what I got them last year and I won't accidentally duplicate on a gift. Speaking of shopping for presents and gifts, the next spread is a budget/spending tracker. So I think taking the time at the beginning of your holiday shopping season to really think about not only how much you want to spend on gifts, but how much do you want to spend on Christmas activities that you go do, or clothing, or decor, or any of those sorts of things. I think is really important, because this time of the year tends to bring about lots of enticing sales that are easy to just like get caught up in. And I feel like if you are intentionally making a pact with yourself about what you want to spend in that holiday season, you're going to be a little bit more mindful with your purchasing. And it's also a good idea to keep track of those purchases. So there's 3 columns here for you to write down any things that you buy and the amount of money that you spent on them. And at the bottom right of the page, there's a section for you to write your total at the end of the holiday season. And obviously the goal with any budget is to try your best to stay within that budget. But I think during this time of the year, what this activity really is good for is that even if you do go over, because sometimes, like, you know, we go over budget, it's just hopefully going to put in your head a different frame of mind when you are shopping, so that if you are going over, it's with intention and not impulse. Because often it's those impulse purchases that we end up regretting come January, February. I think this budget spread was one of my favorites from 2019. Absolutely. It's just, there's something about it that's simple, but very clean and pleasing to the eye. I love the fact that I was also able to incorporate some black washi tape. Surprise, surprise there. I actually think I'm going to have to ask Santa to put some black washi tape in my stocking this year, because I looked at my current roll situation and I am almost out, and that would just be tragic if I went into January 2020 without some black washi tape in my stationery collection. One of the most requested spreads I got was to do a holiday bucket list spread, and someone had also asked for an advent calendar. So I thought it'd be cool to marry the two together into a holiday bucket list advent calendar, where underneath each day I write down a different holiday activity, task, movie to watch, song to listen to, that sort of thing. And the way I created these little panels that would flip open and reveal what the task is for that day was I used a black post-it note, as you saw me cut up earlier, and I cut out 24 of them, and underneath I wrote each of the tasks I had come up with, which I am not going to reveal what those tasks are. I'm actually going to show them each day throughout the month of December, from December 1st to 24th, on my Instagram stories. So if you're not already, you should definitely go follow me at Caitlin Marie De Silva to see what is behind each of these panels throughout the month. I think this is also going to be great because it's going to force me to actually do the things that I wrote down, which is going to be good for me because the holidays are always kind of busy, and sometimes I get to Christmas Day and I realize the things I wanted to do, I didn't do. I feel like that happened with Halloween this year. I wanted to do so much, and then it came and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I forgot to carve a pumpkin. I really didn't carve a pumpkin this year. How has that been 2 years in a row that I haven't been able to carve a pumpkin? Also, why am I talking about pumpkins when it's Christmas? Okay, back to December Plan With Me. As you can tell in this next spread, or at least I hope you can tell, I'm creating a snow globe with, yes, more trees, because they are easy to draw, as I said, but they look very pretty and festive, so I went with it again. And this is a little doodle that I decided to draw on top of my gifts to me tracker. Pretty self-explanatory. This is a section for you to write down any of the gifts that you received this year, or I guess any of the gifts that I received, because this is my spread. Again, as I mentioned, I have a poor memory, so this is the only hope I have of remembering the happenings of Christmas 2019. The last spread is a week at a glance spread, and again, like November, I kept it to one page. At the top, there's only 2 trackers to track hydration and gratitude. Hydration because I always need to be reminded to drink water, and gratitude because this is a time of year where I tend to feel really grateful for the people that I have in my life, and I just want to make sure I'm taking moments every single day to just put out to the universe a big old thank you for the year that I've had too. I feel like 2019 has been a really memorable year for me, which I guess I'll talk more about as I head into 2020 and we start talking about the 2020 setup. But this was just a really magical year. I can't even believe the direction my life has taken me, and I feel, like I said, very grateful for it. But yeah, there's a section at the top for a little calendar to keep track of what week we're on. There's a quote of the day little spot for you, or quote of the week a little spot for you to write down a quote that inspires you, and sections for each day of the week to write tasks, events, that sort of thing. Let me know in the comment section down below, A, which spread was your favorite this month, and B, what is something on your holiday to-do list? I feel like a viewing of Christmas with the Cranks and the holiday is always on mine. Like this video if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you haven't already. I'm super excited for some holiday videos I have planned to come out, and I will see you all very soon with a new video. Until then, bye guys.
Feeling alone, kinda misty, waiting now for you to come. It's cold.